If you're trying to make a VTuber model but you don't have all the money just right now to commission an artist, this might be a good option for you. You will be able to make models like those on the screen. They are not perfect, but you can get a really good basis to work with. Before we start the tutorial, I just want to make some disclaimers so you don't get frustrated along the way. I will be using a GPU with 12GB of RAM, RTX 3060. You probably can run Stable Diffusion with less than 12GB of RAM, but you might get some trouble scaling the models with less than 8GB of RAM or so. For this tutorial, we will be using Stable Diffusion with a model for anime characters and a Hypernetwork that is trained to create VTuber models. I will be assuming that you don't have any knowledge of how to work with Stable Diffusion, so we will go through all the steps to install it and make it ready to go. But if you already have it, you might just want to download the Hypernetwork. All the links to download the files that I mentioned in this tutorial will be in the description, so you can just copy and paste on your browser. So let's begin with Python. Just click on the link, go down on the page till you find files, and you probably want to click on the 64 version of the Windows installer. To install, just double click it, check to add Python, then click install now. After Python, we need to download on the install git. Again, just open the link and click on the 64 version Windows installer file. To install git, just double click it and go clicking next till the end. Now we need to clone the Stable Diffusion project to your computer. Just create a new folder whenever you like. I'm gonna put mine right here on the desktop. I will just make a new folder. Then I'm gonna open it. After you open the folder where you want to put the Stable Diffusion, just go to this path area over here, erase everything and type CMD. A prompt will show up to you. You can just copy and paste this line. Now we need the files that teach anime characters to Stable Diffusion. We need a file that's .safetensor. For this part, you have some different options. You can choose the one that you like the most. If you want a model more cartoony, you can go for anything V3. If you want a model that's more realistic, you can go for anything V4 or V4.5. I will be using the fourth option, that is AnythingOrangeMix. I will be showing the screen the same image with all the different models to make it easier for you to choose. We can find those model files on these two sites, CVTI and Hugging Face. To download from CVTI is pretty simple, just click on the download button. And to download from Hugging Face, you need to go to Files and search for the .safetensor file. Then you just need to click on download over here. Another thing we need to download is the VA. It's a file that helps the Stable Diffusion to color the image. And the last thing we need to download is a Hypernetwork. Now you need to go to the folder where you download the files. Select the safetensor and the VI file, cut it, then go to the folder where you place the Stable Diffusion. Click on Models, Stable Diffusion, and paste here. Now go back to the Stable Diffusion main folder, go down a little bit, and click the WebUI user.bat. This will open another prompt for you. In this part, you might need to wait a little bit. You need to wait till you get this IP address over here. Then you just can close the prompt. Now you just need to go back to the Hypernetwork file, the Vtuber Model.pt, cut it, go to your Stable Diffusion folder, click on Models, Hypernetwork, and place it here. Now we can just go back and start the user web UI again. Web UI user.bat. When you get the IP address, you can just copy it and paste on your browser. Then you need to go to Settings, Stable Diffusion. On this very part over here, you need to choose Anything V4. Hit Apply to save. Go back to Text to Image. Up here on Checkpoint, you need to choose the model you downloaded before. I will be choosing the AnythingOrangeMix. And finally, now you're ready to go. I will just make for you an overview of this page so you know what you're doing. The first box over here is the prompt. Is where you put the tags to generate the image. It's important that you keep those 3 tags, full body, virtual YouTuber, and standing, in order to generate a Vtuber model. For quality, we will be using masterpiece. And you also need to add this last tag over here. Hypernet, Vtuber, and align model. This last line tells Stable Diffusion to use the Hypernetwork. For the negative prompt, we will just use ugly. If you go down a bit, we have some other options. Sampling method. I tested on Euler A, Euler, and the MP++ SDA Caras. You can try those 3 and choose the one you like the most. For sampling steps, you can go between 20 and 28. You need to click here on Higher Fix. This is an option that upscales your model. We recommend you to activate it because you might get some pretty good results using it. For width and weight, you have some options. Those on the screen are the resolutions I recommend you to use. Upscaler, you keep in latent. Denoising 0.7. Hardest steps keep 0. Upscaled by left on 2 or 3. CFG keep around 7. Then you can just go up and click generate over here. And voila! There is your model. This is just a sample. You might want to adjust the tags in order to get better results. Place where you can find some tags is down below. The link is also in the description, but take care. There is a lot of not safe for work images over there. And I mean, a lot. So take care. And just to end, if you need some help, you get stuck on some part of the tutorial, you need help with tags or to generate the model, or if you need help to cut or to rig on Live 2D, feel free to let a commentary or send me a DM on the Discord. And all the images and tags for the models I generate for this tutorial will be in the Discord. Thanks for watching, see you!